Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Saturday. It's the 12th of October 2024. Gonna look at the featured fifth race from the Big A, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it, hopefully around the world. Well, hopefully with today's card, I mean from Aqueduct goes through, because they had to cancel because they redid the roof at Aqueduct on the casino side, and the fumes just got a little bit too strong for the people on the upper floor, so they had to cancel. Did not have that on my bingo card for racing this year for the oddities in racing, so that's I'm still have to keep my day job, like I said, but so hopefully the Saturday card goes through at Aqueduct, because it's a good one. Friday's card was good also, but we're gonna look at this featured fifth race in the Big A, which is a good one. It is the Sands Point Stakes. It's a grade 2 event going for a purse $200,000. Race for 3-year-old fillies here. 9 horses are entered, 8 and 9 are MTOs. Don't worry about that, shouldn't be any rain. 7 horses are going 1,800 meters, or a mile and eighth on the inner turf. I'm going to take the 2-horse Ballet as a top selection, 2-6-7-3 in the superfecta, 2-6-7-3 super, top selection 2-horse Ballet. This 3-year-old filly by More Than Ready. Chad Brown trains, Manny Franco gets the mount. The horse's most recent appearance came up at Saratoga on the 17th of August, mile 16th on the inner and the Sands Point and the Lake Placid Stakes, and the horse finished 4th by 1.5 lengths that day, and he sat back early, really closed up into a slow pace. He just missed late, but he ran his heart out. Refreshing here to Aqueduct today, where this horse has run very well in his main victory back in the spring. I'm going to give him another shot to find the winner's circle. The horse 2-back ran at Monmouth, the mile 16th at the Boiling Springs. He won by 1 1/4 lengths that day, and closing up from the back of the pack. It was a little bit wide, but he flew home clear late. That was a good final quarter for him that day. Nothing bad about that race there in Victor with an 85 buyer, and then optional 80 at Saratoga back in early June over the mile on the inner. He finished 4th by 2 1/4 lengths that day. He didn't have the best beginnings, and then he just kind of hit the wall late. He just wasn't getting into it. It wasn't his day to win, asking a little bit too much too soon, but he broke his main here in May quite nicely, winning by 1 3/4 lengths that day, flying home again from the back of the pack. That was a good race. Doesn't have a lot of forwardly pace, so he's the kind of horse you're going to see flying late. Coming here, it's 9-5. He's a very likely winner. I think the 6th horse here, style points for Joel and Christoph, I think could win also. Was a winner last time out in the Virginia Oaks at Colonial over the mile on the 8th, 7th of September, winning by 2.5 lengths, closing up from the mid-pack that day. This horse really had a good race. Ran the Christiana before that, Delaware over the mile on the 8th, where he finished 3rd by 4 1/4 lengths, just a little bit flat that day. Probably need the race off the 2.5-month break, but at Keelan going a mile 3/16 before that, in a lounge race back in April, winning by a nose that day. This horse really won for fun. Has run really good races since coming from Goldstream this year. I think she could win. Let's use her in the late or in the mid card pick 4. But to recount my selection for the 5th from Belmont at the Big A, it is the Sands Point. Gonna take the 2-horse Ballet. Give kudos to the 6-horse style points, 2-6-7-3 super, 2-6 in the multi race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everyone.